Learn about laying on of hands, Day 3, the Root Chakra.
Olá, estamos iniciando hoje o terceiro dia do Aprenda Imposição de Mãos.
Hello, today is the third day of Learn about laying on of hands. Today we're going to talk about chakras. Chakras are very important, especially because they are the way in which we supply ourselves with energies. Our vitality depends on them. But I don't like to talk about it in a mystical way, because in some pieces of literature, especially the Oriental, things are very mystified, full of colors, lights, and special effects, as if we would, through the chakras, reach the Atma, the Nirvana. And I don't think this is the way to make the best of everything they offer to us. Chakras offer us a lot in our daily life, and the idea is to learn more about them so that we grow and do more and more things in our life, and direct our energies in a very coherent, realistic way to produce results that benefit us and those around us. I will talk about the 7 main chakras, and eventually an auxiliary or an efferent one. The 7 main chakras are the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and the crown chakra. From the lowest chakra to the highest one, which is the crown, there is a very big difference in the processing of energies. Our denser energies are processed in the root chakra. This is the energy that connects us to the earth, the energy of birth, the connection and relationship with people. When you pick up an object, when you do some physical activity, you do it because the root chakra allows this perception and flow of energy. Each chakra has a function. We will see their activity to understand how it works on a daily basis. You may ask me, but Moisés, why do I have to learn about chakras if I just want to do laying on of hands? Because chakras are very important in the transference and exteriorization of energy. If you have knowledge, you can improve your healing abilities, improve your life, avoid diseases, and also pass this knowledge on to other people, so that they can improve their own lives. The root chakra works with 4 different activities. That is, if you look in the literature, it says that the root chakra has 4 rays. Then there are 4 frequency levels that it works with. From the first to the second ray, there is a huge spectrum of frequencies. From the second to the third, there is another set of frequencies that always changes gradually. The first frequency puts you in direct contact with the earth, and the last frequency connects you to the next chakra. So, that's why the last frequency of the root chakra is the first frequency of the sacral and liver chakras. The liver is next to the sacral, I didn't mention, but it exists because most of the time it exteriorizes our energies. All unresolved energy, the emotional contexts that are grotesque and heavy, if we can use that word, they are discharged by the liver or the throat chakra, which is another efferent chakra. Efferent means that it exteriorizes energy most of the time. Afferent means they capture energy most of the time. But all chakras exteriorize and capture, depending on the situation. It's necessary to say that we are talking only about the front chakras. There are also the ones on the back, which are in opposition. For example, our sacral chakra has a counter chakra on the back, but we'll see that later. The counterpart of the root chakra is the crown, located above the head. You can see the distance these chakras are by the number of frequency activities they can perform. Our root chakra works with the basic, grotesque and denser energies, those of the human relationship. On the other hand, the crown chakra works with all frequencies, including some that are imperceptible but are everywhere in the universe. Look how sophisticated it is. Your perception in the root chakra is limited to a certain point, but with the crown, it becomes unrestricted, because your perception is greatly increased. Our consciousness is exercised. When you ask, where is our consciousness? It is in the chakra with more activity. If most of your activity is in the root chakra, this is where your consciousness is. You may ask what it means. It means that most of the time you work with this kind of energy. This kind of energy is your thoughts, your emotions, your whole physical context. The root chakra is used for interactions, physical relations, verbal relations, exchange with the environment, but with the physical environment, so it is much more limited. You will perceive solid, gaseous, and pasty things. You will perceive this kind of manifestation. Our crown chakra is different. Its perception can't be described. The things it can perceive are far beyond our root chakra's perception. So, our root chakra works on the level of reverie, contact, and sexuality. It has enough power to create an erection. It is a very physical thing. It also has enough power to make a woman, in a relationship with a man, give birth to a new child, a baby. They are all activities of the root chakra. These activities also produce physical effects. So when we speak about poltergeist, it means there is a great activity of the root chakra there. These physical effects occur much more frequently in brothels, in prisons, and in psychiatric institutions, where people have a lot of difficulties. There is no space for imagination, for an abstract symbolic universe. So, whoever works on the root chakra, which is the level of contact, is also working with energies that limit our growth. It is great to work with this energy, but everything you do in your life needs to be balanced. We don't work with only one chakra. We can't work only with the root. You work with all the chakras, but in this case we are talking about, if your consciousness is on the root chakra, its greatest activity is there. Your relationship with the world is related to the level of understanding it can give you. There you can find all kinds of things related to human relationship. For example, a person who does well in sports and can physically do things that sometimes seem unbelievable. They are working with the root chakra. Also those people who can become extremely aggressive, who reach a very high level of numbness and perceptual insensitivity. A dictator, for example, works on the root chakra level. They cannot perceive what is around them. They can only perceive the defensive processes based on this chakra. So, if the other person is a threat, they can be executed, because for him, it's only about himself, not about the others. As you move to the upper chakras, you get a different perception. The environment and the others become more and more important. When you get to the crown chakra, you discover that you are the other. This is a very challenging matter to discuss. When you take care of others, you are taking care of yourself. This is important for us to understand. The root chakra produces physical movements. Is it possible? Yes. If you let the energies of the root chakra become very dense, you will produce physical effects. For example, if you eat a lot of meat, the processing of the root chakra increases, you make it stronger and stronger to produce these energies. I think that we have to learn how to work with our root chakra. This is not a very simple learning. Perceiving things of this physical world is as difficult as the things of the spiritual world. It is not simple. Would you like an example? Think about the work of some masters of painting. The way they see the world is very refined, but it is physical. We must ask ourselves with the utmost sincerity, can we observe the details on which they focus? Can you observe the contrasts of light and shadow? Can you see the colors? All you have to do is looking at a painting by Monet, you will see that the colors he saw were completely different from the ones we see. And then, you will admire it, thinking how he managed to paint that. Yes, Monet could paint up to 17, 18 paintings in one day. He painted the same picture, for example, to capture the different reflections and shadows of sunlight. To have this perception and this satisfaction, and to work with the physical energy of things, we have to grow and become better. The energies of the root chakra are very important because in healing, when energy is needed for the restoration of tissues in a surgery, this energy is important. It is very important. If you have to reconstruct a person's sight, it is important. If you have to reconstruct any organ, it is important. It is the densest form of energy. It is an energy very close to our etheric double. The etheric double is the body that connects our physical body to our astral body. Therefore, it has a middle density. It is important to know this. When we work with the exteriorization of energy, we work with the energy absorbed from the environment, and it is available to the person receiving this energy. So, if you work with the root chakra, you tend to encode your energies on that level. It is not a good idea to think, well, I'm going to pray, put some lights and everything, the spark of God, the divine spark is going to help us. It doesn't work like that. We must be aware of our responsibility for everything we do. And our individual productions depend on no one but ourselves, so we can't use false justifications to explain things. You may say, I called God and he answered me, because I laid my hand on that person and he was healed. Look, with the evocation or not of a more evolved consciousness, you must be aware you can certainly perform a very successful exteriorization of energy, if you want to. Our will is very important. You may ask, but aren't we helped by anyone? Look, if you are a spiritually oriented person and act as a tool for the spiritual world, because you are well defined and dedicated, many good spiritual supporters will surely help you. But they will not help you because you are good. They will help you because you help them to improve this world, to balance the energies here. And it is obvious that you continue when you get results. You also continue to do their work. They are not using you. We are being improved by their presence, just as we will improve the people around us due to our presence. It is important to know that. It is a simple and logical reasoning. Look, I'm not using a narrow logic of concepts and preconceptions. I'm not using the logic we have created for centuries, through our religions, our beliefs, sects, or philosophies. I am talking now about common sense. The logic of common sense is quite different, because it allows you to see things around you, regardless of the ideas you have created or previously learned. You will see the right moment. I think this is fundamental. Our work with the root chakra begins early in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you are prone to do all your physiological needs, so your root chakra is highly active. During the day, depending on where you work, you use more or less the root chakra. But there is a route. That is, during the day, you must raise the chakras. In the morning, you are on the root chakra level, then you move up to the sacral, then you start interacting with people and delimit your space and ego, then you are in the solar plexus chakra. You may ask, aren't I always in the root chakra? Yes, your major activity is in the root chakra, but you move along the day. In your relationship with others, what prevails is what you do in this relation. For example, if you are reading, you are working in the higher chakras, because you need more abstract energies to process abstract things. The same occurs if you are in a forest, you will use the crown chakra. But aren't I a root chakra person? Yes. Do you know what will happen to you? If you are a root chakra person, and you are somewhere the energy is very subtle, you'll feel this difference and you'll define it as peace. Wow, I was in a forest, I felt a lot of peace. Of course. Look, the distance between the root and the crown chakra is very big. So, you are really going to feel very well. But when you leave the forest, you return to the root chakra. Then you say, I came back home after a peaceful and happy day. What happened? Things didn't turn out as well as before. Then, you can't really explain it, but that's the truth. We always return to our house. There's no other way. If your house is the root chakra, you're going to return to it. If your house is the sacral chakra, you're going to return to it, and so on. It is not possible to sustain higher positions. You're going to try very hard, you won't resist and will go down. An elevator takes less energy to descend than to move up. Isn't it true? So, that's what happens. Our energy goes down easily like an elevator. Observe that when we talk about someone, when we slander, the conversation flows easily. We feel euphoric and have some laughs. It is a mockery. Can't we do that? Look, you can do anything in your life. You just have to pay attention to what you are doing, so that you only do things that benefit yourself and others. I think this is the best way to navigate the journey of life. So, let's make our way with common sense. The energies of the root chakra are great. If you are exteriorizing energy to someone who is facing many difficulties and you are root chakra, your denser energy may improve the circulation of the person's energy. There's an important detail. Because the energy of the root chakra is dense, if there are harassing spirits during the exteriorization, they're going to get a violent jolt, but your physical body will protect you. It is our source of energy when we can't capture what we need through our chakras. Then we use the reserves of the physical body and we feel very tired afterwards. That's why many people who receive spirits feel exhausted later, because they spent energy of the physical body. They have not done the natural process of the exteriorization, which is simply spending the energy that goes through you. That's why it's important to pay attention to the duration of the exteriorization. Our willpower has a paramount importance too. It's also important to have a clear beginning and end of the exteriorization. You need to know how long it takes before you start feeling weak, because you won't be helping anymore. You will be draining energy from the one you were trying to help. You need some time to recover. So, there are people who can exteriorize for 5 minutes, some for 10, some for 15. There are people who can for half an hour, 1 hour. Is there unlimited energy? It depends on the level of consciousness that this person is. When they are in the highest level, the energy flows easily. They are not using their own energy. They are just to channel the energies of the environment, of nature, and the consciential energies pass through. It is important to know that. You can experiment that on yourself. But first, let's talk about all chakras so that you understand better. Our root chakra is great, but it also opens a door to more spiritual harassment. So, being in the root chakra means the consciousnesses that are close to you are very primitive. They are very reactive, more sexually inclined, and full of reverie. They need energy. Many of them don't see the spiritual world, just the physical one. Imagine you are a person with the root chakra at high speed. Then you have the physical death. You go to the other side, and can't see the spirits that are near you, even being a spirit too, because your condition is so dense you end up causing physical effects in the physical world, trying to talk to people around you. You are not able to accept death because you didn't really enjoy your life. In this level, you only respond to things that are in the environment. You can't see things calmly. It's also important to know that the root chakra has a speed, like all of them. And its speed, depending on the level you are working, becomes an anxious speed for us. It is completely out of balance. Check. If you are very anxious and anxiety bothers you, you are probably working in one of the rays of the root chakra. So, let's think about it to understand. You may ask me, Moisés, if my consciousness is in the root chakra, can I exteriorize energy? Yes. Anyone in any chakra can exteriorize energy. We need knowledge to take advantage of our characteristics and energies to benefit others. Also, our thoughts have a huge influence over the energy we exteriorize. All energy we receive is transformed. It is transformed by our emotions. It is transformed by our feelings. It is transformed by what we are. When you exteriorize energy, you don't do what you are not. You do what you are. So, your energy can either be more subtle or denser, but the information it contains is what matters, because it defines the real quality of the energy that is transferred. People who are very inclined to spiritual assistance, the energy they exteriorize is encoded by what they are. They can offer very happy and positive things to others. If you are a sad person, this is the quality of your energy. If you are a happy person, this is the quality of your energy. We need to know that to be able to do our best. Whenever we are going to exteriorize energy, no matter in what chakra we are, the important thing is to feel relaxed and to have avoided heavy food. If possible, include in your routine deep breathing exercises to circulate your chakras' energies. That's a great practice. It is also recommended to focus on happy and positive thoughts, while maintaining a firm intention of seeing other people improving. This is just the beginning of this work. The root chakra has a great importance in our relationship. I have to tell you that the exteriorization of energy does not simply begin when you lay your hand on someone. It begins when you talk to the person. Your facial expression matters too. So, everything we do at the moment of the exteriorization of energy is part of the practice. Do not forget to say before you begin the exteriorization, "At this moment I'm starting the exteriorization of energy to this person," and say their name. When you are done, say the same thing. "At this moment I'm finishing the exteriorization of energy to this person." You have to delimit the working time so that no consciousnesses, especially those on the root chakra level, remain hanging around to get their share. So, you say, "Look, the energy is for this person." Then you do the work, finish it, and everything will be fine for you. Don't think you're going to feel bad or waste energy. There is no such thing. When you begin this practice, you may have some difficulties, but with time, it becomes easier and the exteriorization will make you feel better and better. The exteriorization of energy can help you deal with your own problems. Every time you exteriorize, you circulate energy, feel renewed, happier, and you extend this happiness to others. You'll find the address of our website and social networks in the description of this video. Follow our work, which is focused on spirituality with sincerity, and with the intention that all of us can be very happy. We'll meet again on the next day of Learn About Laying On of Hands.
Então a gente se encontra no próximo dia de Aprenda Imposição de Mãos.
Would you like to participate in a work of energy giving from afar that is benefiting thousands of people? Click on the link below for more information.